Do not call me Mama in this house. I am not your mother.
But Mama...
You want to destroy my home, Abi? Do not call me Mama. Never again. Now only because your grandma die, now you come here. If not, you for sleep for road.
Auntie, I have nowhere to go. Please.
You are not my child. Never.
Yes, ma. I understand. I will call you Auntie. I am very sorry, Auntie. Please.
Good. Make sure you remember that every single day you are in this house. Your room is the small room at the back. So just go over there and go.
Freshen up.
Freshen up.
Yes, Auntie.
Good. Go and drop your bag.
This was the room they gave her. Not a bedroom, a storeroom. A room that still smelled of old kerosene and forgotten things. Chidimma sat on that mattress and looked at the only photograph she carried from the village. Her grandmother's face, warm and round and full of love. The woman who had called her precious. The woman who was now gone. And in her place, this house. This cold, cold house. Her grandmother had known. Somehow that wise old woman had always known that the day she closed her eyes, Chidimma would be left completely alone in this world. She had held that girl close and whispered things only love can say. But love, no matter how fierce, cannot stop death. And death had come. And now Chidimma was here, and there they were, the children of the house, Shoma and Kelechi, comfortable, unbothered, completely at ease. Two young people who had never once carried the weight of a broom, a cooking pot, or a single ounce of responsibility. They did not even look up when Chidimma walked past. She was already invisible to them on her very first night in that house, before she had even unpacked her bag, before she had even caught her breath from the journey. Chidimma was already in the kitchen, cooking for people who would eat without saying thank you, serving a family that did not claim her. This was not a home. This was a sentence. And she had only just arrived.
Chidimma, go and buy me cold Pepsi and groundnut from the shop downstairs. Make sure the Pepsi is very cold. I am still sweeping, Shoma. Did I ask you when you will finish? I said go now. Shoma, you have legs. The shop is just downstairs. You can go yourself. Excuse me? Did you just say that to me? I am just saying, wait, I am calling my mama right now. Mama! Mama, come and hear what Chidimma is telling me inside this house this morning. Shoma, leave it. Mama is sleeping. No, she needs to hear this. Chidimma is doing anyhow. Chidimma, when my daughter asks you to do something in this house, you do it. You do not argue.
Sweeping first.
Did I ask you for explanation? Do it. Full stop.
The rules of that house were never written down. They did not need to be. Everyone understood them perfectly. Shoma rested, Kelechi played, Ifoma commanded, and Chidimma walked. From the moment the sun touched the rooftops of Lagos to the moment darkness swallowed the streets, Chidimma walked. And nobody said thank you. Not once. Kelechi did not even need to speak. He simply held up whatever he needed and waited. And somehow in that house, it was understood that Chidimma would come. She always came. Because if she did not, Ifoma would hear about it before the sun moved an inch in the sky. And the price of Ifoma hearing about it was always too high to pay. Papa Emeka saw everything. He saw it all. He was not a blind man. He was not a heartless man. But he was a man whose voice had been slowly swallowed by the walls of that house. Swallowed by a woman who made all decisions, spoke all judgments, and left no room for anyone else to breathe. So he watched, and he ached, and he said nothing. It was 5:15 in the morning when Ifoma appeared in that kitchen doorway. Not to cook, not to help, but to deliver the news that would stretch Chidimma's burden even further than it had already gone. Because for Ifoma, there was always another layer. Always one more thing. Always one more demand dressed up as an opportunity.
Chidimma, wake up. It is 5:15. We have a lot of work to do today. From tomorrow, you will follow me to my catering every morning.
Auntie, every morning.
If you are not ready, I will leave you. Simple. You are too slow. My customers are waiting by 7.
Auntie, this cooler is heavy.
Heavy care? You are young and strong. Move.
She is there laughing, phone, laughing, and I am here inside this smoke. One day, I promise myself, one day this will change.
My catering is the best in all of Lagos.
Madam, your food is wonderful. Our guests are so happy.
Of course, that is standard, darling, always.
Chidimma, that woman is collecting all the praise and you are here doing everything. Every single thing. It is not fair. I know, but what can I do, eh? But Chidimma, this is too much now. Too much. Where will I go if I complain? She is all I have right now. I just have to keep working and trust God.
This one is for the house. Food, light, water. You are eating and sleeping here for free, Abby.
Auntie, but I worked for this money.
And I am the one that got you the work. Next.
Months passed like this. Morning after morning, night after night. Chidimma woke before the house stirred and slept after the house was silent. She cooked 2 sets of meals every day, one for the house, one for the catering. She carried loads, she washed pots, she smiled at strangers at events and handed them plates of food that would win her master compliments she would never receive. Months. And she asked for nothing. And she received even less than nothing. But Chidimma was not sitting still inside her suffering. Quietly, carefully, she had begun to save. Every small amount she could manage to hold back before Ifoma's hands found it, she kept. She had a plan, a small plan, but it was hers. She wanted to buy a proper gas stove, something enclosed, something that would stop the firewood smoke from eating her lungs every morning at the catering fire. It was a small dream, but it was her dream, and she held it close like something secret. It was Shoma who saw it first, the bone-straight wig on her phone screen, long and silky, and absolutely everything she needed in that moment. Then Kelechi looked up and showed her the PS5 he had been staring at for 3 weeks. And just like that, without a single word passing between them, they both turned toward the hallway, because at the end of that hallway was Chidimma, and Chidimma had money. At least they assumed she did. And in that house, what Chidimma had was never truly hers to keep. They came together as if they had planned it, as if they understood that their combined need carried more weight than either of them alone. Shoma with her wig, Kelechi with his PS5, standing in the doorway of Chidimma's room like 2 people presenting a bill to someone who had not eaten at their table. And Chidimma looked at them both, and she knew exactly what was about to happen. And she also knew that no matter what she said, this was going to hurt.
Chidimma, we need money. I want this wig and Kelechi wants PS5. You have money, Abby? I don't have. I have been saving for something important. I cannot give anybody anything.
Chidimma, you are lying.
So after everything this house has done for you, we take care of you and you cannot even help us?
This is really unfair, honestly.
Mama will hear about this. Mama will hear everything tonight. Mama, she said she has no money, but I know she is hiding it. She is keeping money and refusing to help us.
She really said she has nothing, Mama. Nothing.
So you have money. You are hiding it and telling my children you have nothing.
Auntie, please, that money I was saving to buy a stove. The
Stove,
firewood
ke?
smoke.
By the following afternoon, Shoma had her bone straight. Kelechi had his PS5. And Chidimma had nothing. Every kobo she had saved through months of smoke and fire and exhaustion, gone. All of it in one evening. The stove she had dreamed of, the stove that would have saved her lungs from that firewood smoke every single morning, had been turned into a wig and a game console. And nobody in that house felt even a single moment of shame about it. And so, the next morning, she was back at that fire. The same fire, the same smoke, the same burning in her eyes and her chest. Except now, there was no savings hidden under the mattress. No private hope counted by torchlight at night. That had all been taken. And the smoke knew, and the fire knew. And somewhere deep inside Chidimma, something was beginning to harden. Not into bitterness, into resolve. Papa Emeka came to the kitchen that night, the way a man comes when he has something weighing on his conscience. Quietly, without fanfare, without the authority to change anything, but needing at least to say something. Because he had watched what happened to Chidimma's savings. He had watched and said nothing in that moment. And that silence had followed him all day, like a shadow he could not shake. He stood beside her and said the words softly. So softly that the walls could not carry them to Ifoma's ears. He told her she was hardworking. He told her he saw her. He told her not to let this house be the definition of her life. He could not give her back her savings. He could not stop what Ifoma did. But he gave her this, one man's honest witness, one person in that house who saw her truly. And Chidimma received it, quietly, like water on dry ground.
That woman did not see this. I kept it separate for you.
Hide it better this time.
We are rooting for you.
Thank you, seriously.
Just keep going. Your time is coming. I feel it.
Chidimma, how are you? Are they treating you well?
Uncle, I am managing. It is not easy, but I am fine.
I am praying every day. God has not forgotten you. Ada, I am hungry. Oh. This pepper soup was a big mistake.
I have solved your problem. I know a girl that can cook.
Just make the food edible, I beg.
Auntie Ifoma, please send that your girl Chidimma. My brother needs someone to cook for him. Real Nigerian food. Quality.
Chidimma, my friend's brother came back from abroad for Christmas.
Okay, Auntie.
You will go and cook for him.
Yes, Auntie, I will go. I will cook for him well.
Good. Make sure of it.
Una, thank you. I saw all the things you guys did for my last video. Please subscribe, like, and comment, I beg. I feel even kneel down, sef.
Chidimma, you are here. Come in, come in. I like that you came early. My brother is inside. He is God pick you. Don't worry, ma. I will handle it.
So you are the one Ada has been telling me about. The one that will change my life with food. Egusi soup and pounded yam. Can you do that?
And just like that, the kitchen woke up. The kind of cooking Chidimma did was not the kind you learn from YouTube or a recipe book. It was the kind that lives in the hands. The kind her grandmother passed to her over years of standing side by side in a village kitchen before dawn. Every stir was deliberate. Every smell that rose from those pots was a whole conversation. And somewhere in that apartment, David's nose was already paying attention. David took one bite, just one, and Lagos stood still for a second. Because that egusi soup was not just food. It was memory. It was home. It was every Sunday afternoon from childhood, wrapped into one spoonful. He looked at that plate the way a man looks at something he did not expect to find. And Adaize, across from him, was already grinning because she had known. She had always known. The man who had complained about Lagos pepper soup just the day before, the man who had said, just make it edible, was now sitting at his dining table, looking like someone had just handed him back something he did not know he had lost. And Adaize was laughing. Not out loud, she was too dignified for that, but her shoulders were shaking. And Chidimma was fighting a smell with everything she had. He ate the way a man eats when he has completely forgotten that anyone is watching. No cutlery, no manners, just him and that egusi soup having a private conversation. Adaize was thoroughly entertained, and Chidimma in the kitchen, Chidimma smiled. Not a big smile, a small one, the kind that comes from deep inside before you can stop it. The kind that says, I know what I am worth, even if nobody else in my life has told me yet.
Where did you learn to cook like that? That egusi was not normal food.
My grandmother taught me since I was small.
She said a woman that was a wise woman. That food was incredible.
The way you were eating that pounded yam, eh?
See this girl. What I said, Abi?
I am just observing. That is all.
Auntie, that your girl Chidimma, eh? My brother loved her food. He is asking if she can come every day.
Mama, what happened? Your face changed.
That man from abroad really likes Chidimma's cooking. He wants her to prepare his meals regularly.
Okay, so what is the problem?
Do you want Chidimma to be more successful than you?
And just like that, the worry landed. Because Ifoma understood something that nobody had said out loud. Chidimma was the one who cooked. Chidimma was the one who cleaned. Chidimma was the one who ran that catering business from morning to night, while Ifoma collected the money and the credit. If Chidimma found a way out of that house, this whole comfortable arrangement would collapse like a house of cards in Lagos rain. And Ifoma was not ready for that, not even close. He asked for her every single day. Morning, he would call Adaize. Adaize would call Ifoma. Ifoma would send Chidimma, and Chidimma would arrive at that apartment and take over that kitchen like it was hers. 2 weeks passed like this, and something was changing in that apartment, quietly. The way most real things change. Not suddenly, slowly, the way a pot comes to boil when nobody is watching. After the 3rd week, she stopped going straight home after cleaning the kitchen. She would sit, just for a few minutes, and they would talk about real things, not catering things, not food things. He asked her about her life, about the village, about her grandmother. And Chidimma, who had spent months in a house where nobody asked her a single thing about herself, found that talking to this man was terrifyingly easy, which was either a very good sign or a very dangerous one. It was on a Tuesday morning that Ifoma made her move.
Chidimma had her bag packed and was heading to the door when Ifoma appeared in the kitchen doorway like a gate that had just been locked. Calm, immovable. The kind of calm that is actually a warning, dressed in a quiet voice. And she said 5 words that changed the temperature of the entire house.
You are not going to that man's house today. There is plenty of work to do in this house.
Auntie, but they are expecting me. The man already paid.
I said you are not going.
Auntie, I am not trying to disrespect you, but this job, they are paying me real money.
You want to get close to the brother, Abi?
I am just cooking, Auntie, that is all.
Ifoma, let the girl go and do her work. The people are waiting.
Emeka, stay out of this. This is not your business.
Everything in this house is my business. Let her go.
You want to defend her, Abi? Okay. That girl will not reach that man. I will make sure of it.
Ifoma.
Shoma, from today you will go and cook.
For that man instead of Chidimma.
Go every morning. I have arranged it.
Mama, I cannot cook. Oh, what are you saying? You want me to embarrass this family in front of a man from abroad?
You can cook. You just choose not to.
Mama, I burned Indomie last week. This is not a choice anymore.
Shoma burned Indomie. She actually burned 2 minutes Indomie.
Kelechi, shut up before I deal with you.
Shoma, I do not want to hear another word. Watch YouTube tutorials.
She said YouTube.
What did you say?
Nothing, Mama. Nothing at all.
Shoma arrived at David's apartment the next morning with her phone, a YouTube cooking video, and the confidence of someone who had absolutely no business being in that kitchen. Within 7 minutes, the pot was boiling over. Within 12 minutes, there was smoke. Not the good kind of cooking smoke, the kind that makes people look for the exit. And Shoma was still watching YouTube, trying to find a video that matched whatever it was she was attempting to make. David walked into that kitchen and stopped. He looked at the burnt pot. He looked at the mysterious something in the pan that defied description. He looked at Shoma. And then, because he's a man who was raised with manners, he said nothing for a full 5 seconds. 5 seconds of the most painful silence in Lagos that morning. And then, he very quietly pulled out his phone.
Ada, what happened to Chidimma? Because whoever is in my kitchen right now is not her, and whatever is on my stove is not
David,
food.
what happened? What did she cook? Auntie Ifoma.
My brother is asking for Chidimma. The other girl, your daughter. She...
Chidimma, you will go back to the man's house tomorrow. Shoma she is busy with other things.
Yes, Auntie.
If you like, go there and be shining teeth.
She burned the food. The girl went there and burned everything inside the man's kitchen. They called Ifoma and Ifoma had to call me back. So now she needs you again, Abi.
Thank God. Please come in, please. That kitchen needs you. I need you. And literally anything you make. My stomach needs you.
Good morning.
From the day Shoma's cooking disaster sent Chidimma back to that apartment, Ifoma changed her tactics. She could not stop Chidimma from going. She had already shown her hand and lost. But she could watch, and she did. Every evening when Chidimma returned, Ifoma was somewhere, in the hallway, in the kitchen, near the door, watching, checking her face, checking her mood, looking for something she could not name, but deeply feared. Papa Emeka found her in the compound that evening. He did not ask about David. He did not ask about the food or the apartment or what was happening in that kitchen. He simply sat beside her in the dusk light and told her what he always told her when nobody else was listening, that she was not invisible, that her life had not been decided by that house or the woman inside it, that somewhere ahead of her, something good was waiting. He said it quietly, but in Chidimma's chest, it landed like a shout. It was on a Thursday afternoon that David said the thing that changed everything between them. Not a love declaration, nothing dramatic. He simply said, "You deserve better than whatever situation you are in." 6 words, simple and plain, but they landed on Chidimma like rain on ground that had been dry for too long. Because nobody, not one person in that Lagos house had ever said that to her. And she sat very still and looked at him and did not trust herself to answer. That night in her small room, Chidimma made a decision. Not out of anger, not out of desperation, out of something much stronger than both, clarity. She was done waiting for Ifoma to release her. She was done waiting for the house to change. She would find a way out, quietly, carefully, the same way she had done everything in her life, with her hands and her head, and whatever God put in her path. And the man from abroad, whether she admitted it or not, was beginning to feel like a path.
Uncle, I think it is time. I cannot stay in this house forever.
Chidimma.
Uncle, there is a man. I think he genuinely likes me.
A man? Who is this man? Where is he from? Tell me everything, Chidimma.
Uncle, calm down. He is from abroad. Came for Christmas. His name is David.
David.
A man. She said a man. She is making plans. Not in my house. Chidimma, Sit down, I want to talk to you about something important before you go today.
Yes, Auntie?
I heard you were talking to your uncle last night about a man.
Una, thank you. I saw all the things you guys did for my last video. Please subscribe, like, and comment, I beg. I feel even kneel down, sef.
Let me tell you something. Prophets have spoken about you. You have a marine spirit.
Auntie, that is not
Any
true.
man that marries you will go down.
You have done everything to make my life hard in this house. Everything. And now you want to destroy this
I
one
am
thing too?
protecting everybody.
You are not protecting me. You never protected me. Mama, somebody is knocking. You are expecting anybody this morning?
No. Who is coming to my house this early? Chidimma, go and open that door.
Yes, Auntie.
Nobody had told Ifoma he was coming. That was intentional. Uncle had gotten Chidimma's call. He had listened to everything she said that night in that compound. And he had made one decision. He was going to that house in the morning. Not to beg, not to negotiate, to stand. Because that is what this man did. When people he loved needed him, he stood. He saw it immediately. He did not need anyone to explain it. The way Chidimma stood slightly apart from the rest of the room, not quite part of the family picture, told him everything that months of phone calls had only hinted at. He had suspected. Now he knew. And the knowing settled in his chest like a stone dropping into still water.
Ah, brother, welcome, welcome. We didn't know you were coming. No, Chidimma should have told us. We would have prepared something for you.
No need. I did not come to eat, Ifoma. Sit down, please. Ifoma, I have been patient. I have watched from far.
Brother, wait.
I know everything I need to know.
That girl has a marine spirit. Multiple prophets confirmed it.
None one.
Any man she marries will suffer and go down.
I cannot allow this. You cannot name one prophet because there is none. You are using fear to cage this girl. That ends
Brother,
today.
I am the mother here.
You gave up the right to that title. We both know that.
She stood in that hallway and she let the tears fall. Not because she was broken, but because for the first time in years, someone with authority was in that living room speaking her name with dignity. Not as a servant name, not as a burden name, as a name that belonged to a person who deserved good things. And Chidimma, who had been strong every single day in that house, allowed herself 30 seconds to feel it. And then, Papa Emeka stood up, quietly, without drama. He simply rose from his chair and moved to stand beside Uncle. It was not a dramatic gesture. He did not raise his voice. He did not need to. The act of standing itself said everything he had been unable to say for years inside that house. And Ifoma, for the very first time, looked between two men who were not moving, and she felt something she was entirely unaccustomed to feeling. Small. Nobody had told David to come that morning either, but Adeze had called him the night before and said, "If you are serious about this girl, show up tomorrow morning." And David, who had not flown all the way from abroad to come to Lagos and leave empty-handed, had ironed his shirt, worn his good shoes, and shown up. And when Uncle saw him standing in that doorway, he nodded once. That was enough. David spoke to Uncle the way a man speaks when he means every word and knows it. He said he had met Chidimma. He said he had watched her. He said what he had seen was not just a woman who could cook. He had seen someone who had been carrying weight that was not hers to carry, and doing it with a grace that he had never encountered before. He said he wanted to marry her, and he said it looking directly into Uncle's eyes without blinking once.
I forbid this. She is bad luck. Every prophet, every elder, they all said it.
Sit down. You have said enough.
I will not sit.
If you block this marriage, Ifoma, you and your children will leave this house.
Brother, you cannot be serious.
I mean every word. Good. The introduction will hold. The marriage will proceed. That is final.
Fine.
Thank God. Finally, thank God.
When everyone had gone back inside the house, David found Chidimma in the compound. He did not say anything romantic. He did not perform anything. He simply stood before her and said, "I am not going anywhere without you." And Chidimma, who had learned to guard her face in that house like a soldier guards a gate, let it fall open, all of it. And she looked at this man and she believed him, completely and without conditions. Shoma sat on that sofa and thought, possibly for the very first time in her comfortable life, about what was coming. Because Chidimma leaving meant something very specific. It meant the cooking stopped. It meant the cleaning stopped. It meant everything that Shoma had taken completely for granted every single morning of her Lagos life was about to disappear. And Shoma, who could not boil water without a YouTube video, sat very still and felt the first cold breeze of consequence.
My daughter cannot cook. My son drinks every night. What have I done? This caterer does not know what she's doing. Chidimma, at least go and check the soup before it spoils.
Auntie, no. Since when did you start talking to me like this? Auntie, I am not trying to be rude, but after today, everything changes.
So you are happy to leave, Abi? After everything this house did for you?
After everything I did for this house.
Yes.
We receive your son with open hands. Chidimma deserves every good thing coming to her. Our son has chosen well. We see it clearly.
Mama, I have never seen Chidimma look like that before in this house.
Shoma, keep quiet and sit properly.
I am just saying, Mama. I am just saying.
3 days. It took exactly 3 days for the house to feel it. 3 days without Chidimma, and the kitchen was already a different place entirely. Shoma was trying. That much was clear. But trying and knowing are two very different things. And Ifeoma, standing in that doorway, watching her daughter hold that wooden spoon like a foreign object, felt the full weight of what she had spent years refusing to admit. She had built her comfort on another woman's suffering, and now the suffering had left, and the comfort was going with it. Kelechi sat alone that night and did not pick up his controller. That alone said everything, because Kelechi always picked up his controller. It was his answer to every uncomfortable feeling. Just play until the feeling went away. But tonight, even the game felt hollow, because Chidimma was gone, and the house without her was quieter in a way that had nothing to do with sound. It was the quiet of a place that had lost the person who was keeping it alive. And Kelechi, in whatever small corner of himself had not yet been completely swallowed by comfort, felt it.
I was scared, Emeka. If she stayed, who would run everything?
So you chose comfort over her life. Ifeoma, that girl cooked, cleaned. I have been quiet too long, years.
Papa Emeka was the one who walked her to the gate. He put both his hands on her shoulders and looked at her the way a father looks at a child he is sending into a world that has already been unkind to her, with pride and fear and love all tangled together. He did not say much. He did not need to. What he had already said to her in that kitchen late at night, those words had already done their work. They had kept her going when nothing else did, and she knew it, and he knew she knew.
Chidimma, I know I was not good to you. Shoma, learn to cook. Seriously, YouTube is actually not bad. I deserve that.
He was waiting outside the gate. She had not asked him to. He had simply shown up, the way he always showed up, without being asked, without needing to be chased. Chidimma walked through that compound gate with her bags, and she saw him leaning against the car in the morning sun. And something in her chest made a sound she had not heard in a very long time. The sound of a person who has arrived somewhere safe. Lagos moved past that window the way it always does, loud and colorful and completely unbothered. Danfalls honking, hawkers calling, children of the street doing their morning business. And through it all, Chidimma sat in that car seat and watched her city and thought, this is the same Lagos it always was, but I am not the same person. And she pressed her lips together to contain the smile that was coming. She let it come anyway. She had earned it, every single couple of it. 1 week, that is all it took. 1 week without Chidimma, and Ifeoma found herself standing in that kitchen doorway with both hands on her head, watching Shoma cook from YouTube with one eye and stir a pot with one hand. The same Shoma who had spent years calling Chidimma every 20 minutes for water, for food, for Pepsi, for anything she could not be bothered to get herself. Now Shoma was the one at the stove, and the stove was not impressed. She found Kelechi on the sofa at 2 in the afternoon, asleep. 3 empty bottles on the table, controller on the floor. And Ifeoma stood in the middle of her own living room and looked at the son she had poured everything into. All the comfort, all the protection, all the let Chidimma do it. And she saw what that pouring had produced. A young man who could not get through an afternoon without a bottle, who had never once been asked to carry anything. And the weight of that, the real weight, finally landed on her completely.
Take care of her. She has already carried enough for 10 lifetimes.
With everything I have, sir. I promise you that.
Go, my daughter. Go and live.